Hey guys, welcome to episode 24 of Unethical Podcast.
Yee-haw, comrade.
Our guest host for this episode is Scott MacLean from In the Wrong with Scott MacLean. And today we're going to be discussing Bernie Tiede, the killer with the heart of gold. Welcome to Unethical Podcast. Do I have consent?
Enthusiastic and expressed consent on my end. By the way, one of the things I've never received.
Consent?
No, enthusiastic. Enthusiastic
Shit,
and
he's
directly
married.
expressed. Yeah. No, I'm not married. I have a house. What's the difference?
He's married, not according to her.
Yeah, we need to talk to her. Are you okay?
I did not say I do. I don't know how this happened.
We bought a house. What's the difference?
What's the difference? Committing yourself to them forever and putting that out there for everyone to know, not just pretending like, I do
but
it.
fuck, man, a mortgage lasts longer than a marriage.
Yeah, exactly.
Not if you love the person. I will be with my wife long beyond my mortgage.
You probably will.
She makes more money than me. So right now, if the mortgage, like if we split it up, we got to break the mortgage. There's an even amount of like financial.
So you're screwed basically.
But if we get married and then divorced, she has to pay me alimony. Isn't that how it works?
No, you still. How long have you lived with her for?
A year. Well, no.
But still, you're on your way. What are you going to break up with her soon? That's your meal ticket, buddy.
Well, no.
Yeah, no,
Right.
I married mine too.
So now you guys do your like intro and shit. How does this work?
We don't do an intro.
Celeste edits in the intro and the outro.
Celeste makes it.
And then we all, whatever comes out of here, we usually talk for like 2 hours, record an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. And then she boils it down to 45 to an hour long episodes.
I don't do well edited. So what's the story today?
Exactly. I don't even know today. So we are going to have a conspiracy one. So
I pulled this out of my ass in like 2 hours.
The ethics of vaping?
Ooh, maybe.
Don't you call me out on it. I'll go back to cigarettes.
Talking about the labyrinth.
Yeah. The ethics of making shitty knockoffs of Wizard of Oz.
With cool puppets.
No, with David Bowie. That's the same.
And would it have been as good if David Bowie wasn't wearing a cup in his tights?
It makes you wonder how big his dick is, right? That he needed the cup.
Well, I don't think he had any problem with the ladies and gentlemen. So
I think it was so big that it would have been fucking NC-17, so they had to put the cup.
Yeah,
it would have been like halfway down to his feet.
It's folded up. I had to roll it up.
Exactly. Yeah, just stuff it in the fucking cup.
Oh God, I love David Bowie. He's so fucking cool.
He's dead.
He's a pretty sweet guy.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Bowie has so many awesome stories with like occult stuff, like him like going to Aleister Crowley's house and just fucking shitting on his table when he they fought each other. He shat on his fucking coffee table before he left. I maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm misremembering two stories, but David Bowie's awesome.
He spent a lot of time doing a lot of drugs. So
fuck yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't shit anybody's table yet, but I've done things.
Yet.
Oh, I'm not closing the door on it because it might come a time.
Well, you never know. You never know.
Are you rolling a joint right now?
Egg? Oh,
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are.
It's unethical. It's ethical.
You looked at me. You looked like you just got caught by your mom jerking off. Like, what? Am I not allowed?
I never got caught by my mom jerking off. She walked in on me getting a blowjob the first time she caught anything sexual.
Thought you were gonna say you walked in on your mom jerking off, and I was like, oh boy.
She doesn't do that.
That'd be awkward.
She does.
Oh, she
so.
does for sure. She squirts across the room, buddy. She makes herself fucking squirt for sure.
Oh,
God.
Bridget!
I can't. She's tired. She's gonna listen to this episode. No, she won't. She refuses to listen to anything I do if it revolves around comedy. She went to my first.
Oh my God, that was.
And has never come back. But no, hold on. Ethical. I need to discuss the ethics of this Bible story. So, because it's a little bit Bible. So you all know of Noah and the ark?
No.
Yeah.
So Noah had an ark.
No.
And he
Never heard of him.
2 animals on it. He did the 40 days, 40 nights, or whatever it was of rain.
Mm-hmm.
And then that wasn't the end of the Noah story. That's the only end. That's the end. After we were like, oh, Noah survived the flood.
I know where you're going with this.
Do you know what happened?
He got wasted.
He got hammered. So Noah gets hammered.
And was running around naked.
He passed out in his tent naked. And his grandson came to wake him up. And when he went into the tent, he saw Noah passed out naked, spread eagle on the floor. Now, they didn't say spread eagle in the Bible, but when you pass out after a night, you usually spread eagle either on your back or on your stomach. I'm imagining it was on his back. So he goes and he tells his dad, he's like, yo, grandpa is fucking shittered, hung over, passed out in his tent, naked on the floor. And his dad's like, okay, well, what are we gonna do about it? And so what they did is because they didn't want to be gay, so they fucking draped a blanket over their shoulders and walked in backwards, and I quote, as to not see his nakedness, and draped a blanket over Noah. And then when Noah woke up, his kids were like, Dad, you got fucking hammered. You really tied one on last night. Little Elijah or whoever came in and saw you naked. And he said, what? And then he cast his grandson into basically servitude to the family, like indentured servitude to the family for the rest of his life because he saw him naked. Let's discuss the ethics on that.
It's not because he saw him naked, it's because he fucking ratted on him.
Yeah, he told him out. Told him out.
Maybe that's it. I'm pretty sure he just didn't like him seeing Noah's dick.
Outed grandpa.
He ratted out grandpa. Now everybody's taking grandpa's booze away. They're saying, don't want this to happen again. We're gonna take that away from you. We're cutting you off. Noah's like, fuck this. This. They're taking my fucking hooch. I'm done.
Yeah. He fucking passed him out. Well, maybe that's it. He didn't want to get his bottle taken away, so why not take your grandson and make him a slave for the rest of his life? Because he took your cock.
Nah.
Also,
Satan would have never done anything like that. So hail Satan. That's what I have to say to that whole story.
I've got another example for you. Let's say a hypothetical. Let's say you are a father, you got a couple daughters, a beautiful wife, and you live in a village where everybody wants to rape everyone. And then these angels come down from heaven to say what's up. And then everybody in the town says, hey, we saw some angels fly into your house.
Let's go rape them.
We want to rape them. Do you, A, say, guys, don't rape anybody. Rape's not cool. B, say, well, I don't know these angels, and they're angels, they have swords, they can probably take care of themselves, so go ahead and try, they'll probably kill you. Or C, offer the angry mob your wife and daughters instead, so that they won't do harm to the angels.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with hail Satan on this one too. And
so C.
You rape them first before they rape anybody.
You pre-rape.
You've clearly never tried to rape 100 people who are trying to rape you at the same time.
Yeah, I've raped way more than that.
Hell.
Way more than that. What are you talking about? Now, Scotty, I think you misunderstood me. Me and Christy don't know what the story is. Celeste 110% has a script. She has a full
script.
We don't.
Celeste has a script?
Yeah.
Oh, Celeste, I'll shut up.
Don't you listen to this show?
I hear it every now and then. I've listened to a couple episodes. Well, parts of episodes. I shouldn't say the whole thing.
Just say no. Just say no. I don't listen to the show.
I don't listen to anything.
He doesn't even know his own voice when he hears it. Yeah, so of course he doesn't listen to the show.
I record my own episodes. I don't listen to them, and I send them out into the world on the internet where they exist forever. So,
all right. Sorry, Celeste.
Take it away. Take them away, toys.
This has a little bit of religion in it, so I guess, hey, there's a tangent there. I'll figure out a segue.
That'll work.
Okay, so we're going to talk about Mr. Bernhardt Tiede II.
Okay.
So has anybody seen the film Bernie?
No.
Jack Black, Matthew McConaughey.
Yes, actually, I have seen that movie years ago. This is like a mid-career Jack Black, when he did like, you get a good movie and then you do like shitty movies for a while and then you do a good movie, like that part of his career, you know?
I love Jack Black and I have not seen Bernie.
2011 it came out.
I have not seen it.
What's that old lady's name? I actually like her a lot. What's her name?
Shirley
MacLaine. Yes, Shirley MacLaine. That's her. Anywho, Bernhardt Tiede II was born August 2nd, 1958. He was born in Abilene, Texas, to a father who was a professor of music and a mother who, I don't know, did bomb shit. It was 1958.
Nice.
His dad immigrated from Russia, actually. Straight from Russia to Texas.
That's
wow.
An interesting change, probably, especially in 1958. It would be like Cold War fucking, like poor. Were they like super poor people in Russia? Because that's kind of fun.
No, well, I don't think so. I think he was a professor of music there as well. So I don't know there, you know, maybe he's just trying to blend in, doesn't want to be on the losing side of things. So he comes in and he's like, "Yee-haw, comrades."
And there's Russian. The title of the episode.
Yee-haw, comrades.
Yep.
If only I could do a better Russian accent. Yee-haw, comrades.
Comrade. Yee-haw. Heidi. What's I'm an accent. I can't do it. I try it.
Heidi was.
I was
Where
trying
you
to
go
say
with that? Yippee-ki-yay,
Yippee-ki-yay, comrade.
All right.
Nice.
Okay, so Bernie became an orphan at age 15. His mom died when he was little in a car accident, and his father died when he was a teen. I don't know how. So he was then entrusted into the care of his uncle, who allegedly had been sexually abusing him since he was 12, and then would continue to sexually abuse him until he was 18.
Yee-haw, comrades.
Oh,
I took something funny and I made it gross.
What a surprise.
See, this is the problem with you fucking Australians not having R's. I was 100% sure you just said water surprise.
Water.
Water.
Say it again. Listen.
What a surprise.
Yeah, it could be water surprise for sure. But then you have to ask yourself, why would she be saying water surprise instead of what a surprise? I mean, you guys, this is episode what? 28?
Yeah, except you're the one who brought up the R's, and now I have to think about it. I would have never noticed before, but now I'm going to notice.
I didn't bring up the R's. You were shitting on me about my R's.
First of all, I was not shitting on you, okay? You are not the table here, sir. Settle down.
You said I hit them like a...
Okay?
Okay,
I'll say it again. What a surprise. There you
Thank you very much.
Now you just said water surprise slower.
I can't help it.
Surprise.
Water surprise. If you said it like
water.
Scott. Water.
Okay, it didn't have to be a whole thing. Okay, I just.
This is water.
Sorry.
Water.
Say water. Say water, then say whata.
Water.
And then whata.
Now say whata.
Water. 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 Water.
It's the same.
Water.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Okay. Celeste, you're excused.
Sorry.
Continue. Now that we've established this. Okay, so sorry, all the comedy came after child being abused sexually. So,
Yee-haw, comrade.
Okay, so abuse. Yes, child abuse.
So abuse. Congratulations, you graduated high school. He then went to mortuary school and got a job in a funeral home in Carthage, Texas as an assistant director. He was obsessed.
Yeah,
okay?
what a cool
job. Fucking
job.
loved preparing bodies. He loved it.
Did you say that's a cool job? You would do that? You'd be cool, like just draining someone and then like filling them up with other things. Like
I'd do it.
She's a nurse. What do you think nurses do all day?
They wipe.
I drain bodies.
Pills and...
Yeah. I drain stuff out of bodies and fill them up with other things.
That's
pretty
true.
much while they're still alive.
Yeah.
So I think I could do it. I'm pretty sure I could do it while they were dead.
I stand corrected.
Anywho, I think the putting makeup on them and dressing up like big, heavy, dead dolls would be the best part, personally.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think that would be so cool.
That'd be super fun.
Yeah, I get creeped out.
Because you don't just have to use makeup. Like, you can use everything. Like, they use spray paint. They use everything.
Oh, totally. They use like fucking caulk and fucking liquid cement. They use fucking everything.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, they use caulk on dead bodies?
Well,
caulking. Caulk.
Do you mean chalk?
No, I mean the stuff that they use to like put around bathtubs. I think it's called.
Oh, it is called caulk. It's just like when you said they use caulk on dead bodies.
They do.
No, I believe you.
Ew.
I don't just. It's just.
Oh my God, there was a story in my newsfeed this morning. This woman was arrested because she worked in a funeral home and she gave birth to a dead guy's baby because she was fucking the corpses.
Wow, rigor mortis is no joke.
Yeah, it really stiffens it up. It's
the plight of the single mother, eh?
No, you know what? Even if this was the case, this would not be the first time we talked about someone caulking a dead body. In fact, we did it last episode.
Cheers.
So. Actually, she wasn't dead. He just wanted her to be dead.
Yeah, we do it a lot. Sorry.
We do it, yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Is it ethical to abort that baby?
Does she want to raise it? Does she want to have it?
But she fucked a dead guy. Was he like, what about the consent part?
No, you don't need consent from objects. That's the thing. When you die, you're an object. I'm not joking. When you die, you become a piece of property, your family's property, and they have to deal with it.
That's true.
So it's not even like, if you want to fuck your chair and get pregnant from your chair, if you want to keep that chair baby, whatever. But I mean,
I don't know if it works like
it's
that.
not going to happen. But if you fuck a corpse, it's still the same as fucking the chair, is my point.
Yeah, here's the thing. He goes home to see his family. He just goes home to see his family. You go home to see your family after you die, they have to sign a bill of lading. Yeah. That's the difference.
Yeah. Oof.
You sound very passionate and researched on this topic. Yes. Just like, I'll make my baby how I want.
So he's filling up dead bodies with cocks and painting them with spray paint.
We can only assume.
Yeah.
Simultaneously.
At the same time.
You like that, bitch?
Talk to a corpse whatever way you want. It's a fucking corpse.
They don't like it. They don't dislike it. It's okay. Anyway, so speaking of fucking corpses, have you guys heard of that Avenged Sevenfold, Little Piece of Heaven? You guys know that song?
I don't listen to bad music. Sorry.
Okay, well, that particular song is actually a good song, but it's about fucking corpses.
Okay, well, now I'm going to listen to it just to try and dissect the lyrics of like, I dress like this and now I sing like this. I'm actually not like this at all, though. Anyways.
That was such a great impression.
Boomer.
I love that.
Okay, boomer. You're a boomer, Richard.
I'm 37. These guys are, we're close.
Oh, you are. You're an old fucking boomer. Okay, so we got he's putting cock in dead bodies.
Yes.
And spray painting in their face.
Yes.
Calling them a bitch.
Maybe.
What happens next?
And loving it.
Okay. Bernie had a great reputation around Carthage. The people just fucking loved this guy. Okay. He had the voice of an angel, which he used in church. And then during funerals, if he was so obliged, if they asked him to sing, he could deliver a hell of a sermon at the local church. He was very kind. He was very charismatic, and he was genuinely compassionate about the grieving families. He really cared about them, and he was really kind to them. Oh, and on top of that, he had a generous streak that was 1.60934 kilometers long.
Nice.
Sorry, I got caught on the cock.
You need to let it go.
No.
I now it's bothering me, Celeste, because you're reversing me right now. You're making me want to ask you what the fuck it is in real numbers, but real numbers are metric system.
Oh, I'm sorry. For you Americans, he had a generous streak a mile long.
I assumed it was a mile because that's just the saying. So I was like,
so what was his generosity streak? It was a mile long.
It was. Yes.
What did he do?
This generous stuff included things such
what
as.
Did he do? Did he give out money?
Yeah, he would help out anyone who was in need. Sometimes he would volunteer to cover funeral expenses for families that were struggling. He was so generous with his own pay that he sabotaged his own needs a lot of the time.
Kind of like this guy.
Yeah, me too. I like him so far. Nice, sounds very nice. And if you should always be trying to help out as much as you can. And if you're doing too much, maybe slow down. But I mean, maybe you went too far. But that's nice that he just gave up whatever extra he had for others. I like that.
Sounds like a young BTK, a real contributor to the community.
Looked a fair amount like him too, actually.
Hey, there we go. See, I caught on.
There you go.
So he's generous.
Is there going to be a lot of this commentary? A lot of this? So he's.
I'm trying to stay. I have a scattered brain, so I just want to hear. I want to know where we're going. I want to. Otherwise, my brain will get fucking confused.
Oh, if you just fucking shut up and let her tell the story, then we'll be good.
I'm trying to keep shit on track, lady.
This is because you said you didn't like Labyrinth, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Just remember that.
Yeah, I'm fucking pissed off. I'm pissed.
Okay, so he was especially popular with the local geriatric female population. He not only was very kind, because a lot of these women were widows, right? Because women tend to live longer than men.
Because they don't have to deal with the nagging.
Yes, fine. Women want to live longer than men. So he was also a bit of a flatterer, Mr. Good Guy Bernie. He was very eager to please. So a lot of these local ladies had a bit of a crush on Burn.
Was he fucking them? Did he fucking old lady? Did he fucking...
Can I tell a fucking story?
Fucking hell.
I got mom and dad are yelling at me.
The widows especially wanted to cry on his crisply starched shoulder. Bernie is what you would politely call a confirmed bachelor down in the South, and what you would impolitely call a dandy. A dandy.
Weird. I thought dandy had a silent F at the start of it, but you really pronounced it there.
Okay, so he wasn't into the old ladies. Well,
no, he preferred the company of men, give or take a penny. So in 1990, when he was 30, I see so confused.
Well, I just give or take a penny.
That's okay.
Sorry. I don't want to be yelled at anymore.
In 1990, when he was 33, he met a woman named Marjorie Nugent. So Marge was 75 years old, and he met her as he was taking care of her very wealthy husband's funeral.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So Bernie had a habit of following up with the widowed biddies after the service by visiting them at home or flagging them down in church. And so he went to visit Marge after, and something just kind of clicked between the two of them. So he decided to add a beard to his already righteous mustache. And it was righteous. It was a handsome mustache.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool mustache. I was just checking it out. It's pretty cool.
Cool and mustache don't go in the same sentence typically. Mustaches are just like, okay, I grow a beard, okay? Just out of laziness. I don't want to shave. That's the only reason. What you're doing now is you're shaving, but like you're leaving some of it. Like if you're gonna shave, just shave it all. You don't need that thing up there. What is that for? That's what my dad has. Why does my dad need that? Nobody needs that.
Ask your mum.
Ask my mom. You devil. My dad's probably smelling my mom's pussy all day is what you're saying. I'm in.
Oh, no, Richard, stop it.
This is a weird episode for moms, but also fitting because this woman's easily old enough to be his mom.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's definitely it's not a Burt Reynolds or a Roger Kenny mustache, but it's a good one.
It is a righteous mustache.
Yeah.
It's pretty standard mustache.
Don't have mustache envy.
I can't grow a mustache.
That's what I said.
Neither can I.
I don't envy it, though.
But you do.
Unmanly men grow beards to look manly. You know what Richard Student looks like?
Okay with that.
He looks like a bitch, but he's got that beard, so he looks manly and brave.
That's okay. That's an opinion people may or may not have.
I've never seen you without a beard, I don't think. But I know under that goddamn beard. That's why it's been there.
I could tell you really why I do have a beard. People have wives. I'm too good looking under this. You know, it's not fair to my friends to do this to them. It's not fair to anyone. So I'm really sacrificing my face for society.
It's because you don't have a strong jaw, so you have to hide it with your bullshit hair. I'm jealous because I can't grow a beard, but I believe that's the large thing at play here. So he has a great mustache.
No.
Loves fucking dead guys.
Yes. Okay. All right. Yes. He has a righteous mustache. It does not smell like pussy because he's not into that
yet. But he met this rich woman.
Yeah. Let's let her tell it. She yelled at me. I'm sorry. Right. I'm helping.
I'm sorry.
Yes. So he visited Marge all the time for like weeks, and then suddenly he was just living with her.
It happens.
So the two of them were seen all the time in town together. They took very extravagant vacations together, all on Marge's dime, of course. And they were in almost all respects in a relationship, but it was less Harold and Maude and more the talented Mr. Ripley.
Hold on, just Googling.
Now he needs to know what that is.
Why did you curse us with this fucking man, Richard?
This is not a curse. This is amazing. You guys don't understand what's going on right now.
This is
you don't understand.
Fucking curse.
So he's Matt Damon. Okay.
He's Matt Damon. Yeah. Or Jude Law. Which one?
Is Mr. Ripley?
It's Matt Damon. Yes, it's Matt Damon. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Let's just say Matt Damon. Why'd you have to say no? You're right. Just to say yes, Matt Damon. Cool. Matt Damon.
I didn't say no.
Not you, Christy.
No, but Jude. Oh my God.
I'm joking. Yeah.
You know what? This is usually a peaceful podcast, Scott. You're making everybody fight.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, Richard and I usually love each other. It's usually.
I love
You're an instigator. You're the child that ruins marriages.
I know.
Damn it.
I know. I'm quiet now.
So at some point in their relationship, Bernie was granted power of attorney over Marjorie's affairs, which included unencumbered access to her funds. Her estate was valued around $5 million. So if you adjust for inflation, it would be about $11 million now, which doesn't sound like much because we live in the generation of fucking Bezos and Gates, but that's still like a lot of money, especially in small town Tejas. All right.
Wait, slow down. So $11 million is a lot?
In 1958, it is.
It's not 1958.
Oh, I got you.
Okay.
$11 million is a lot in small town Texas. Yes, for sure.
It just small town. I feel like I do. $1 million is all.
You're an instigator.
I feel like it's still a lot of money.
No, $11 million is a lot of money for sure.
Isn't it?
Yes, I'm saying in the context of Bezos and Gates, we are used to hearing like unfathomable numbers when it comes to wealth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In a little town, like the millionaire guys, like the fucking Jeff Bezos of Yerkes Falls, you know what I mean? He has $1 million, but Jesus, he's the bee's knees. But when you're in New York City, $11 million is nothing, you know what I mean? So
Bill Gates net worth in 1995 was $350 million. No, I'm just saying. I mean, okay, I'm sorry.
Scott's having fun.
You're still muted, babe.
Anyway, I'm done yelling now. Okay, so I'm not done. I'm not even close to done. Okay, so he had his own checkbook with access to her bank accounts, and he was living comfortably on Marjorie's late husband's wealth. But he was more than living comfortably. That generous streak he always had was kicking into overdrive. Bernie was writing checks. He was sending gifts. He was covering still relatively small expenses, but not taking a hit on it this time. And he was kind of reaching celebrity status. You know, he's on his way. He was totally adored. And part of the reason actually that the people adored him so much is, get this, Marjorie was a fucking bitch. Everyone in this town could not stand this woman. She was rude. She was abrasive. She was a snob. She was openly indifferent to any living relatives that she had, including her adult son and grandchildren, by the way. People would actually avoid her. She was accusatory and passive aggressive. And one resident actually said, if she had held her nose any higher, she would have drowned in a rainstorm. This was a slimy hag of a woman.
Love it.
Sounds like a podcast host I know.
A little bit. The whole time I was reading it, I was like, it's me.
I'm sorry. I've been biting my tongue on asshole comments for the last 5 minutes. Continue.
No.
No.
But which one did I mean?
Tally.
Tally, yeah.
Tally.
You meant Tally.
Yes.
But Bernie was like everyone hates this chick, so Bernie's the only one who likes her, I guess. Is that the whole
Yes, pretty much. But after Bernie came into the picture, she actually became almost pleasant to be around.
Huh.
Did they bang?
No, for fuck's sake, no.
We
was
haven't
gay.
established that they did. Yeah, but he was in the closet, wasn't he?
Oh, he's gay.
No,
he's gay. He's
openly gay in Texas, and we're talking about $11 million
not,
in Texas.
Not openly gay, but everyone knew he was light in the loafers. He was a confirmed bachelor. He was gay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use that.
This wasn't spoken of.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the people were cool with it because he was such a nice dude.
So, and then he lightened her up. That's kind of nice of him.
Yeah, he was really devoted to making her happy. He showered her with compliments. He did favors for her. And he was very obedient to her in a reasonable way for a while anyway. And they just kind of fed off each other in a way that was very complimentary.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
Yin to your yang. Good. The weird gay funeral director and the rich old Betty. Get on. It sounds like a movie.
I believe it was starring Jack.
I know.
Okay, so yes, Bernie was basically enslaved by Marjorie over time. She was demanding of his time, so much so that he cut the hours at his job, which he loved, so that he would be able to dote on her some more. But as of 1993, he quit his job completely so that he could be there for her constantly. Which sucks. So he was in charge of all of her affairs. He was the sole beneficiary in her will, which excluded her son, grandkids, the whole family. And he was also the full-time source of companionship for her. And she was just very demanding. She got him to massage her, clip her toenails, shave her legs, just serve her constantly. If Bernie was somewhere else, like for example, he was very active in the local theater, he was very active in the church, he liked to follow up with friends and stuff like that. If he was elsewhere, which he was a lot, he was regularly on the phone telling her where he was and what he was doing, because Marge was completely in charge.
Okay, so he like became subservient to her, basically. Like he
Marge in charge.
In charge,
Marge.
In charge, Marge.
Would you do it for $11 million?
That's what I mean. I was like, can you imagine shaving the leg? Like that's what you have to do, shave some old lady's legs to get like $11 million. Would you do it? I think I would. I think I'd be in.
Fuck yeah, I would.
What was the age gap?
He was 33 when they met. She was 71.
So a good 50 or 40 something.
This guy's stick it out for 20 years, shaving her legs. I mean, aren't most gay guys barbers?
Yeah, but he said it's not like he doesn't have his own life. I'm sure he's out smashing the other gay guy in town. I'm sure they're doing their thing, right? But I mean, you just live with this old lady, and you actually probably made her a nicer person. Everyone fucking hated her, and you just got to shave her leg every once in a while. I think this he's onto something, and I think this guy actually, but just by hearing, he was genuinely doing it because he liked her and he wanted to be nice. It's not like he was scheming, you know. I started making it sound like he was scheming, but no, he's not. He's nice person. He's just doing nice shit all the time, right?
I haven't seen the movie, but I feel like the twist will become that he wasn't nice.
So the reputation of their relationship was sort of mixed in the eyes of the locals. They speculated that it was sexual. Obviously, it was not.
First thing I said. So
yeah.
It's first thing people go with. Oh, he's fucking her, guaranteed. Like first thing everyone.
Yeah. But the concept of it not being sexual was actually more alarming than it being sexual.
For sure. It's easier for it to, you want to go with the one that's not crazy, right? He's fucking the old lady. That's less crazy than him just being a gay guy shaving her legs, you know?
Out of the realm of possibilities, old ladies have perms, so from behind she'd probably look like a man. So how are we sure that he wasn't fucking her?
I doubt it. It doesn't work that way. You can't just like look at someone from behind and be like, that's close enough. Hold
on, let me Google. Were 71-year-olds into anal in 95?
Oh my gosh. Stop Googling.
Oh wow. 14 million results.
People were pretty quick to abandon hope that all Marge needed was a companion, some of that good dick, something, to be a nice lady. She became very verbally abusive to him and just all around unpleasant again within a few years. So she would berate him publicly and privately, pretty much constantly. And then this went on for several more years. The people, they pitied our Burn, but you gotta imagine they knew the kind of money that he had access to now. I mean, what would you do for millions of dollars?
Shave an old lady's legs.
I'd shave her twat.
For sure. I'd get right in that grilled cheese. No problem.
Yep.
Don't call it grilled cheese.
Well, kind of, it would, I imagine it separates like a grilled cheese, right?
Yeah, like little like gooey.
Get out! No, out!
Probably has a similar smell.
Ugh, that got me. You got me with that one. Yeah, no. What would I do if that's a legitimate question? What would I do for millions of dollars? Like that, what he's doing is the least. Like that's easy.
Yeah, that's no problem. That's like one of those Facebook things that said, "Would you live in a cabin in the woods for a month with no Wi-Fi for $1 million?" Like, yes, for sure.
For sure, yeah. That seems.
I'd shave a 71-year-old lady's legs and take her shit.
Yeah, I'm down with that. That's easy enough. You know, feed her. Even if she got like invalid and like had to change her for a couple of years, I'm down. Like.
Hell, I was with my ex-wife for 3 years.
Yeah.
No.
I saw how that was.
3 whole years. You poor thing.
No, it wasn't that long. I don't have an ex-wife.
Well, but I'm trying to think of extremes. Like for $1 million, would you this goes for almost everyone. Would you suck a dick? Huh?
Yes, 100%.
Me too. No problem. Not even a question. I do that for like $1,000 probably. It'd be like a low number.
That's not enough for me. I'd need to be more than that.
Come on, you know, I do it for a mortgage payment. Take some pressure off.
One mortgage payment, cool. Me too, I guess. I do it for fun, honestly. Let's be honest.
I had a buddy who did that. He was on a lot of cocaine and he did it.
Yeah.
Not mine, but allegedly.
Yeah.
We all have our price.
So like $1 million, what I'm trying to say is like, I probably wouldn't hang off of a big ledge or something. Like I'm scared of heights. So that would.
Not like shaving her legs. What, like put up with her abuse, constant beratement and abuse.
Yeah, see, that's okay. I wasn't thinking of it that way.
Eye on the prize, man. $1 million. Isn't that what everyone? I fractured out my time doing a bunch of shit all that I don't want for.
But I'm fragile. You're not fragile. Like I don't think I could deal with it for that long. I like to be liked.
And she's only 70. Like she could live for another 20, 25 years. Like that's like.
Not if Bernie has anything to say about it, huh?
I was wrong. She was 75 when they met.
Okay.
So she.
Oh.
But still, she didn't look like she was like super unhealthy. She looked like she was quite.
She was fine.
Yeah, she looked like she was in pretty good nick. So she probably would have hung around for at least another 15, 20 years.
If you have to spend that much time with them and to take that much berating, I don't know if I could do it. I like people and I want people to like me. And if I have to spend that much time, it's a lot of money though. So I don't know. It's hard.
Do we know how she got her money?
Her husband was, he made all of his money in oil.
Oil.
Texas
man.
oil.
So gold digging whore begat gold digging man whore.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I don't know if
the sounds of it.
It could be.
When they
could have been childhood sweethearts and he just died.
And he was still working, he was still doing his job, right? So he was still doing the funeral home stuff and all of that sort of stuff at the same time. So
only until 1993, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, 1993 is when he quit his job to devote himself to her full time.
Wow. Because I was going to say, like, if he was still working full time and doing all that sort of stuff, it would have made it a lot easier because he could have just spent.
He was very, very, very involved in the community, though. Like, very involved. Yeah. So he was out and about a lot.
He was a busy dude. So that probably helped too. It probably helped to, he was out doing his things during the day. So he probably only had to put up with her for a couple of hours a day. So that would have made it a bit easier.
Yeah. And like Richard said, it sounds like he really actually genuinely cares about this woman a lot.
He cares about everyone.
Yeah, you know what? Your mom might be a fucking old crone and you fucking can't stand her, but you still take care of your mom in her old age, even if you can't fucking stand her because you love her.
Yeah, true.
Also, just a little arithmetic here. 11 million divided by, let's say you make 50,000 a year, that's 220 years.
Yeah, you would never see that.
So I'm gonna have to put up with this shit.
Yeah, okay.
And get $11 million by the end of it.
Okay.
So I'll shave her legs.
You have to take her shit though for the whole time. That's the thing.
I'll take a shit. What's just shut up, old woman. I'm gonna get your money at the end of it. Like wouldn't you have that like that I got you in the end of it kind of
fucking
thing?
Sit down and watch Wheel of Fortune, you old bitch.
Yeah. I've taken worse shit for less.
Yeah.
Haven't we all?
Yeah, a hell of a lot less. So,
yeah.
For
so
sure.
Okay, so if he kills her, it's ethical. I guess that's what we're coming.
Yeah, but that I guess that's where we're at.
I don't know how you came around to that being ethical, but
all finished.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, exactly. And that people pitied him, but at the same time they also knew like he's coming into some big fucking money for putting up with it. So it's kind of like, well,
good on ya.
He can stomach it, good for you, dude.
Yeah.
Just like we were basically talking about, maybe it was greed, maybe it was greed, and also like his version of greed, which is imagine all the good shit that I could do with $11 million. Imagine how much self-satisfaction I could get from doing so much good.
Yeah.
All that money, Giving someone who isn't a demanding asshole about it a ride makes me feel good. Imagine how good it would feel to like pay off someone's mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, also just someone's student debt, you know.
Yeah, you know, imagine how good that would feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gave my buddy a month's worth of rent once, and I felt great about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
It's nice to give. It is. It really is nice to
Yeah.
give. And I do it all. Like, I try to do it as much as I possibly can. Whatever shows I do, I give away my money. I usually do, just because I make enough and I do enough for myself. So it's nice to have just that someone there's always some kid that needs to go to Toronto for some surgery. I'm always just, it makes me feel better about that, because what am I going to do with $200? Probably smoke weed with it. Like, big deal, you know? Like, it's not like I'm going pro with my comedy right now, so who gives a shit, you know?
So he's looking at what good shit he's gonna do with $11 million. I feel that. Yeah, he's a good guy. Take it from this old bitch. He's like a Robin Hood.
Because he knows she's not going to do anything with it, because she's an old cow. So she's just going to keep it and do nothing with it. So at least he knows that eventually he'll be able to help his community and the people around him with it once she fucks off.
In 1996, Bernie and Marge had been together in whatever capacity for 6 years. That is a good long while. Okay. Mm-hmm. The relationship is toxic. It's very ugly. They're getting ready to go out. They're going to get some lunch. They're going to run some errands. They're going to do old people stuff. Marjorie is leaning over to pet her dog. Even total bastards can like their dogs. Dogs are better than people. Bernie lines her up in the sights of a .22 caliber rifle, and he fires 4 shots into her turned back, killing her and probably scaring the shit out of the poor dog.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, Bernie, you didn't have to do that. You could have just.
Is that the ethical question? Is
what happened to the dog? Yeah.
Is it okay to scare a dog?
Yeah. Yeah. Bernie didn't.
Answer no.
Yeah.
No, it absolutely is fucking not.
But would you scare a dog like that for $11 million?
Would I fire a rifle above a dog?
Yeah. But Bernie, he didn't even have to shoot her. Why didn't he just try and make it look mysterious? Like fucking like wait around corners. When she comes around corners, just like boo. You know what I mean? Like
And then she was old. He could have just like pushed her over and.
But rage is a big thing. Rage is a huge thing. Like he probably just fucking had enough. You know?
Especially long-term compressed rage.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. 6 years
that shit
worth.
Really goes off. Yeah. About 3 years worth. She was nice for the first 3 years.
Yeah. So it's still like a snapping. But see, I don't imagine snapping with guns unless they're loaded waiting for you, because you have to like fucking physically put a bullet in, especially it's a fucking rifle. You have to physically go get it. You don't have that moment of rage where like you just choke someone out or fucking stab them in the throat. That's rage.
This was fucking Texas in the 90s. Yeah. Okay, like their guns were loaded in the cabinets at all times.
A rifle. Wait, so this happened. They were going out to lunch?
Yeah, they were heading out.
They were heading out.
She was saying goodbye to the dog.
She was saying goodbye to the dog, and he just fucking rifled her.
Yes.
Wow.
Where they were at his house? They were at the house?
Her house probably.
They were in the garage. They were heading out the garage exit.
Okay. So he shot her. Did he? Okay. Sorry. I'm interested to see how he struggles to solve that one.
Yeah, he puts 4 bullets in her. She is dead.
Probably in fucking chunks, because it's a high-powered rifle from short range. She's probably in pieces. She's fucked up.
She made a mess. She made a bit of a mess, okay? But she is one piece still. She is one piece of body, but she is a mess.
Yeah.
That's base and bits.
Yeah, for sure. So Bernie then started processing her. He washed her. He wrapped her up in a nice sheet. Not even just like a crappy sheet, a nice sheet. He got some good linens.
1,000 thread count Egyptian cotton.
100%. Like very, very nice. And then he put her in the freezer in the garage, which is exactly what he has been trained to do at the funeral home. You clean them, get them all pretty, You put them in the freezer so they can be buried. And that's what he did.
Cool.
Yep. But unlike the funeral home, she would not come out of the freezer again for 9 months.
Whoa.
Oh, no. I thought you were going with that he was gonna prep her for, and then just like have her so the wounds are all covered, and then like she had a heart attack and I just prepped her, you know. No one would ever know. No one's gonna go dig through like
which
her
he
chest.
Totally could do. He
should have
totally
just
could have done that.
Yeah, just
Oh
prep
my
her
God.
and put her in a fucking casket and go like, I had this ready for her. We knew it was coming. She was sick. Oh, poor. Oh God, I'm so beside myself. And no one would have ever.
The police would still. No, someone else has to come take the body away from the house. He can't do it. He doesn't even work at the funeral home anymore.
It's still small town.
Oh,
He's
that's
loved by
right,
everyone.
yeah.
He's still small town, loved by everyone. He has connections there. They know him, that he used to work there. They would probably like. I bet you if he would have pressed hard and tried, he could have done it. I bet you he could have gotten it.
Yeah.
But he's not a criminal mastermind.
That's true.
He definitely isn't a criminal mastermind.
That's right.
At all.
You know, his training kicked in and he started treating her like a corpse.
Did he confess what she was saying before?
Oh, well,
yeah, there is a recorded interrogation with him. There's actually a written transcript too. And she was just being a bitch. She was just fucking yelling at him about how he's not a real man and how she's sick of his bullshit and this and that.
Like Ed Kemper's mom.
Yeah, very much so.
Do you think that she was like, and maybe you said this earlier and I just didn't catch on because I'm dumb, but do you think that she wanted him over to fuck him? We never even explored that side of thing. Like, we're all like, he's trying to fuck her, but like, is that what her intention was, to fuck him? Like, and then she got disappointed, like, he's way too gay and it's not happening. That's why she was nice at first. And then the last 3 years she was a biatch because she finally fucking realized, like, he is gay. He will not be fucking me. Fuck this guy. And then she starts being an asshole to him like the whole time. And now she's
based on what I know about crotchety
post-menopausal.
I was just about to say, based on what I know about crotchety old hags, I don't think she had much of a sex drive. They usually don't.
I just Googled when do women lose their sex drive, and a reduction in sexual drive commonly occurs in women in their late 40s or 50s.
Shut the fuck up. Okay? That's not far away from me.
Sorry, boy, you got 3 years.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Better take some videos.
No, it's different for men.
Different for men.
Yeah, for men never lose theirs, really. But
that's why you see old men at the shoe stores.
No, that's not why you see old men at shoe stores. They're there because they need shoes.
No, they're there. Trust me, I've seen the fucking old men at the mall. They are not there. They're trying to get a whiff of them feet.
Okay, so you don't really think that she was trying to fuck him. Okay.
Nah.
No, okay. It's just a thought. I was maybe
I think maybe she likes the attention and it was sort of amorous for her, but no, I definitely don't. I think, you know, she would have been more like, it's nice to have this attention, not like, I want to fuck. You know what I mean?
Companionship. It's like the saddest thing about being old is nobody wants to be around you.
Well, especially when you're a bitch all the time.
Yeah. So he kept the body in a freezer for 9 months.
He did. So over the next few months, some of the people in the town who had interacted with her semi-regularly, they did find it peculiar that she wasn't around too much, but they didn't really think a whole lot of it. Her family never saw her. They never talked to her. They never came looking. And the only people who Bernie really had to answer to in any kind of capacity were the people who were up in her financial business. But Bernie had power of attorney. She didn't need to be there. He was already dealing with them for years at this point, and he kept them in the dark for quite a few little visits. You know, Bernie always had his excuses at the ready. Marge was under the weather. Marge took a nice vacation by herself. Marge was being treated for onset of dementia, this and that. And a big part of the reason that it could continue for so long was, firstly, fuck Marge. The people who were asking about her were probably just asking to be polite and were in fact relieved that they could talk to her.
Yeah.
And also, you know, Bernie, despite being the town bitch boy, he was still very much loved.
Yeah,
he was the town bitch boy. I thought he was just a nice guy.
She berated him on the street. He was town bitch boy.
Man.
Okay. So he was bitch boy
to her.
Dude, I get you.
That's nice.
Well, he was so nice that he even dealt with it. I like this guy. I'm sad that he had to fucking commit murder like an idiot.
Now, hold on. Not to mention, did she like this dog?
Would you say goodbye to a dog you didn't like?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just take a moment and just, because this is kind of like Of Mice and Men with Lenny and the rabbits, right? Look at the rabbits. Now, I've always said I want to go when I'm out on a boat in PEI, fishing, got a nice buzz on, someone comes up, double tap in the back of the head, because I'm in my happiest moment. She's petting the dog. Who doesn't want to go out that way? Getting shot.
Maybe he was that nice. Maybe he was thinking, no, I don't think so. But maybe that is just a nice way of going for her, really. Because honestly, sitting in your deathbed sucks. Maybe it was the nicer way for her to go, for sure. It's
compassion. I'd rather go petting a dog when I was 79 or whatever than gasping for air when I'm, I don't know, whatever age she would have done that at.
It's an interesting way to think of it. I wouldn't have thought of it that way, but yeah, for sure. Getting murdered kind of fucking sucks, but I mean.
So did he say he killed her because she was being a bitch?
Yeah, you said, yeah.
Not like that. He said it nicely.
Yeah.
Is he a nice dude?
Aww.
She wasn't being very swell.
No.
Yeah.
She was having a bad day. It was a bad day, officer. Okay, so yeah, he was still really well liked. He was still charismatic when he did talk to people, and he was someone you would never suspect of offing an old lady. You know? But Bernie was splurging like crazy with her money. It was drawing attention. He was throwing ragers with only the finest of refreshments. He was buying pricey items for people in town, like cars. He was buying people who didn't have any vehicles. He was buying them cars. He was paying off people's mortgages. He funded a man's business expenses. He pledged $100,000 to the church to pay for an expansion. He was drawing a ton of attention, and he was celebrity level now, 100%.
Yes. How big's the city that he's in? Do you? I forget what you said. How big it was.
No? I didn't. Carthage is very small. There's actually a really good description of Carthage in the film. If
you because from what I understand, it's a very small town, kind of like mine, and it doesn't. Someone who would be doing that wouldn't take much for them to be well known around town, for sure. It's you'd be like, wow, look, if someone gets a new tonneau cover for their fucking truck in town, they go like, look at everyone in town knows by the end of the fucking afternoon that he got a new tonneau cover. You know what I mean? So like someone buying you trucks and shit
look at that rich bastard.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently the population is 6,500 people.
Yeah, it's like my town.
Wow. Oh, for sure. Yeah, you absolutely would have known.
Yeah, so this guy spending all this money like that is very reckless. It's not very smart.
Yeah, for sure. But here's the thing. He himself was not showing up with any flashy purchases. He was living comfortably. He was eating well. He always had everything he needed, right? But he wasn't flying off to Fiji. He wasn't going off to Amsterdam, where the gays are always having a good time, because it's always been cool to be gay in Amsterdam. You know what's up. He's not strutting around in $5,000 suits. He's just living his plain old Bernie life while paying for everybody else to live the high life.
Aww.
You know? But all good things, they come to an end.
He wasn't burning the candle at both ends, is what you're saying.
No. And you shouldn't have either.
That was a real big stretch. That was hard. That was hard to deal with. I'll accept you interrupting, being a dickhead, insulting Labyrinth, but fucking puns? Are you kidding me?
I'm only laughing because it was so bad.
all the suffering, all the deal in a lifetime for that joke.
Much to the chagrin of all the people benefiting from Bernie, some people did not like what he was doing. And they reported the mysterious absence of Marge and the exorbitant spending of Bernie to the local sheriff. So the sheriff gives Marge's son Rod a call and asks him to come on down and see if he could get in contact with his mom. And he does, for some reason. I don't know why. And he had a key. He let the sheriff into the house. And while they were there, Rod's oldest daughter was looking around and noticed that the freezer in the garage had been taped up. And so that was weird. But old people do weird things. If I went to my grandma's house and there was tape over the freezer, I would just assume it's because she doesn't understand how seal locks work. She thinks that it's still an ice box where you put like a chunk of ice in it, then put your shit in it.
Mm-hmm.
She's not paying to cool the hallway. She's just sealing all that cold in there because she's fucking a million, okay? Anyway.
Yeah. Shoot her in the back 4 times, chop her up, and chuck her in the freezer.
Yeah, well, what I usually think is if my grandma does something crazy or whatever, she does something like that, I just go like, man, she's fucking in her 80s. Let her do what she wants. She wants to tape up.
We love you.
Freezer. Yeah,
we love you, Grandma Cox.
Yeah,
we love you.
If you want to tape up the freezer, Grandma. I wouldn't even question it. You're right. I would.
Yeah, fuck.
If my grandmother taped up the freezer, I'd be like, "Whoa, a zombie!"
Yeah,
because she died 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I forgot that happened.
No.
It's okay. It's okay.
This is how comedians deal with.
This is how pain. Yeah, this is how we deal with pain.
Just make it up the biggest joke possible and cry about it when no one's watching.
Yeah. Fist bump.
Yeah. Poor guy.
But so no, continue. So she taped up the freezer. What's the deal?
She did not tape up the freezer.
No, he did.
Okay.
Well, everyone thought she did.
Yeah, if she had taped up the freezer, you'd have a good reason to say zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
So yeah, but she was like, yo, Dad, this weird. So the sheriff goes and he takes all the tape off the freezer, opens it up, and inside the freezer were some food items haphazardly stacked up near the top. But it was not difficult to tell that there was a whole ass human body in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so Bernie was brought in. Bernie confessed without complaint.
Mm-hmm.
Without objection, he just straight up confessed. He knew he was had. So Bernie told the police that Marjorie was horribly abusive to him and that he would actually spend a lot of time in the last 3 years fantasizing about her death. First, of natural causes. She was 81, after all. But the hateful ones always live the longest. We know that. Then, of an accident. And then he would start to imagine hitting her over the back of the head. But he didn't like that fantasy because, you know, whether or not she was a wicked old crone, he still cared a lot about her after all the years that they'd been together. And there were still good memories there. So he settled on shooting her in the back when he saw this opportunity because she wouldn't see it coming. She was petting her good boy. She wouldn't suffer. And he hid her in a way that would preserve her because he was truly passionate that all people should get a proper burial. I don't know how he thought he would pull that off.
Yeah.
People will notice that she has 4 extra holes. You don't naturally croak, and then a series of explosions take part during the process of decomposition. What is the plan here, Burn?
Well, he would have put his cock in her, right?
You know, maybe. Ooh, yeah. Oh, cocker.
Put his cock in the hole.
Caulk. He got me. Maybe he was no, but I thought you meant like dick again, and I was like, you got me.
That is 4 extra places to put a dick, I guess.
Yeah.
Could get the whole staff in on it.
So what you're saying is they were banging.
A hole is a hole. Yeah, he was banging her 4 times.
Cowboys are cowboys, and Sasquatches are Sasquatches.
Yeah. But I lost my train of thought.
And every hole's a goal.
And every hole's a goal.
Maybe unless you have his plan, but I think his plan was to like spend most of the money and then like get out of town and then just call randomly and be like, look in the freezer, like just give everyone a bunch and spread out all the fucking cash and then just run off into the sunset.
And then just take a bit of what he needed.
Just go to Costa Rica or like Colombia or some shit. Not Colombia, you get shot, but go to Costa
Amsterdam.
Rica.
I hear Amsterdam's good for the gays.
Yeah, another callback.
Amsterdam. Fucking awesome place, man. Love it.
He didn't have a plan. There was no plan.
He had premeditation, though. He's telling everyone his fantasies, made it sound like
that's not premeditation. That's not the same thing.
I fantasized about shooting her in the back while she was petting her dog, and then
no, he didn't fantasize about that.
Okay,
he just saw her in that position and realized this
is the moment.
Is the moment.
I gotcha.
You bred of mice and
She's
men.
really enjoying yelling at me while petting her dog. This is the time to do it.
I gotcha.
Here's another thing. During the course of the investigation, the police found many, and I mean many, VHS tapes of extremely man-on-man action. So he was now outed as a murderer and outed as a gay man at the same time.
Oh, poor Bernie.
Yeah, and that's gonna fucking suck.
Yeah.
Well, he gets to go to prison.
Here's the thing, though. Here's another thing. I say, here's the thing. There's many things. Here's the other thing. None of it mattered. None of it mattered. Bernie was worshipped. The people loved him. And more importantly, they didn't give a fuck about Marge. Not one fuck. None.
Yeah.
0 fucks.
Okay.
People showed up at the jail with food, with baked goods, with gifts for Bernie. You know, either they didn't believe it, or, you know, even though he admitted it, or they just didn't care. They were like, I don't mind. You're a good dude. The local church would ask people at the end of the sermons to pray for Bernie. Never once did they mention praying for Marge or praying for Marge's family. None.
Yeah.
It was always pray for Bernie. He had a massive public sports system. Huge. In fact, this case it might be the only one in history. I don't actually know. Probably not, but it's the only one I've ever heard of where the prosecution requested a change of venue. Because typically the defense will believe that the jury in the local area would be too biased against a defendant. But in this case, the people were so biased in favor of the defendant.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Anyways.
So wait, I mean, okay.
He fucking killed a lady. Like, come on. You guys are that, like, how much of a bitch do you have to be where a whole town wants you dead? Like an entire town. Like, you gotta be a fucking thunder cunt. You know what I mean? Where
the priest is saying, pray for the guy that murdered him.
Yeah.
Like,
even the priest is like, yeah, she was not a nice lady.
Like, that should be convincing enough that maybe we shouldn't put this guy in.
I don't know about that. Maybe the priest was like, this guy's check hasn't gone through for our expansion yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's true too.
We still need his cash.
My business is gonna go under if he doesn't fund it.
Yeah.
I've got a mortgage payment coming up. I was gonna go beg to old Burn to cover.
So which one's Matthew McConaughey?
So he made an entire town
the
as
sheriff.
Like his gang. He made his entire town like his gang, basically. Like if we don't have our boss out, we don't get paid. So now we have to like keep our boss in fucking out of prison because I want to keep my Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
People got bought, you know? Like, that's okay. I didn't even, wow. Old Bernie. Good for you.
So the trial was problematic because there was no psychiatric evaluation to either give or take some legitimacy to Bernie's defense that he was pushed to do this because of horrible belittlement and abuse. And, you know, perhaps he didn't get a fair shake of this, perhaps not. It came out in court that after he put Marge in the freezer, he hosed down the blood in the garage. He raked up shell casings and bits. And then he went out to the local theater rehearsal. He was directing a cast of kids. And when rehearsal wrapped up, he took all the kids out for pizza and then returned home to the haunted mansion. So this was not a man who was having difficulty coping with what he'd done. This was a man who's just back to normal, almost peppy.
Yeah, well, you spend
Wouldn't you be?
Yeah, you spend 3 years of your life fucking getting just hammered on. You finally got a moment of goddamn peace, and now I feel good about it for once in my goddamn life.
Yeah, Ding Dong the Witch is dead, right?
Yeah.
Right. So Bernie was convicted of murder, and he was sentenced to life in prison with no parole for 30 years. Now, despite that this is Texas and Yee-haw, this was not a capital murder case. He couldn't be given the death penalty because there was no proof that he actually did this for the money. He didn't spend any on himself, and or that it was premeditated. You could easily justify that he just spent her money this way because he felt guilty and he was remorseful. So very shortly after he was imprisoned, he was actually attacked in prison. For no particular reason, but the town started falling apart, totally falling apart without him there. You know, they've come to completely rely on Bernie's generosity with Marge's money, and her money was all frozen when the family sued for it. So all the outstanding payments on checks were canceled. Businesses went down the toilet. The church is now in huge debt because they went ahead with the expansion before he'd actually paid the cost. And here's the twist. People still stood by Bernie while the town was falling apart around him. Even if he did get out at this point, it's not like he's suddenly going to have the money anymore. He can't come out and fix all their problems. They just fucking like the guy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Is it worth putting that guy in jail to fuck the whole town over? That's kind of a like if you let all the checks go through, what's the difference? Where's this money gonna go now? To the son, I guess that would be where it goes.
Yeah, the family sued for it. So
I'd almost argue that it's unethical.
The turning to face the fucking camera and everything. I fucking can't with this guy. Okay, so Bernie actually got a retrial for sentencing because his history of abuse hadn't been taken into account during the first trial. Bernie was granted a new trial in 2014, and he was actually released on $10,000 bail while he awaited the second trial. So he was a free man for 2 years. And during those 2 years, he lived with Richard Linklater. And Richard Linklater is the man who made the 2011 film Bernie.
Oh, wow.
So during the resentencing trial, he was sentenced to 99 years or life, and it was held up again in 2017. He will not be eligible for parole until 2029, and he will be 71 years old, almost the same age as Marge was when he met her.
Oh, Bernie.
Poetic justice.
This is a very polarizing case. Did she deserve to die? Even if she didn't, did he deserve to go to prison?
No.
Did all those years of childhood sexual abuse trigger, his reaction to what Marge was doing to him? Was he even sexually abused at all?
Like, when does majority rule in a kind of thing like this? Like,
never.
Exactly. It's not like that. That's not how this works. There's laws and you got to follow them. And if you break those laws, I don't give a fuck what your reasoning is, unless you're trying to save yourself or something. Like, there's got to be a real reason. You're going to jail for murder, man. You killed someone, and I don't care. It could have been 90. She could have been 92 and died tomorrow of a heart attack, but you shoot her, you're going to jail for fucking 30 years. Like,
who had a lot of the laws? The Nazis.
Well, they had
okay, that was funny. That was the first funny thing you've said this episode.
No, but for real, like, I mean, I'm never the it's a law never holds weight with me.
Yeah,
because
it's not perfect. It's meant to be not perfect.
Yeah,
it will be more and more. It gets refined all the time, and maybe at some point, like, maybe someone should bring this to the Supreme Court and argue that, and then fucking get some new laws made. But I mean, good luck. Good fucking.
It would have been very different if this was an actual jury of like his peers, people who actually know him. But
he would have got off. He would have got off straight away.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Marjorie Nugent was an insufferable bitch. Need I say more?
That's it. Amen. That's it. And that's my closing argument. I have no witnesses. That's it. All done.
Yep. Such a bitch that the entire town thought it was cool.
Yeah. So the other thing too is that once they were in a different county, different jury, her family, her son, granddaughters, they got up on the frickin' stand and lied through their teeth about what a nice woman this was. She was a delight. She was Graham. She baked us brownies. She shared all of her wealth.
Because they wanted to get the money.
Of course. Yes, of course. That's
so
their
his
game.
whole defense goes, like, why would the family say she was a super nice lady if she was a bitch, right?
Yes.
Why?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, that'll work. And that's the play that lawyers told them to do for sure. Their lawyers told them, go up there and fucking tell her you loved her. It doesn't matter. Family always gets the stuff. It doesn't matter if you even live with them and shit like that. It's so weird. Unless you have a will specifically, even without a will, you got to fucking go through other shit too. But anyways, it's good on the family. That was their game. Their game was smarter than Bernie's. Bernie was going to shave some old lady's legs for fucking 40 years. So their game was to go, you know what I mean? Their game won. They played a better game, really.
They just waited for someone to kill her, and then
yeah, they played a way better game.
Someone will eventually kill her, and then we'll just get the money.
It's an awfully, I mean, that's the problem with Texas, right?
What?
Like, that's an extreme.
The only problem with
99
Texas.
years to life.
Yeah, no.
Like, they do have a very like gavel fucking slamming.
Well, death penalties, like, I think Texas is the first or second most state in the U.S. that just kills people.
Yeah,
I think it's Florida actually, but I think Texas is number 2, and they kill fucking shit tons.
Do you think him and fucking
Linklater?
Do you think they were boning?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Hold on. Is Richard Linklater? What's his name? Later?
Yeah.
Gay. Not so introverted gay. Oh, wait, no. Never mind. Okay. I don't know. It doesn't say. But probably.
It makes me cross that places like Texas give people fucking guns when they open a bank account and then sentence them to 99 years in jail when they fucking shoot someone.
Well, it's in lieu of gun laws. Like, the harsh sentencing's what they don't have to have harsh gun laws for. If you do this, you will be in jail or get killed for doing that very thing. You know what I mean? Like, that is the difference. Anyways, Scotty, it was nice to have you. You want to plug your show, buddy?
Yeah, come on down to In the Wrong with Scott MacLean. I have guests like Mr. Richard Stoodle, and
you have a lot of people to pull in from the Canadian comedy community, which I really love, and you interview a lot of people. I love your show. I do. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I had to make it because I keep getting attacked on Facebook every time I express an opinion, and I don't think the opinion's that big of an issue. And I think jokes are funny and they make sense in context, and nobody ever seems to think so on Facebook. So I was like, okay, I got to do this live. Like, I had to actually talk it out and say these things. And I'll say it for the people that actually give a shit, and not because the people who aren't a fan of me are not fans of me. Like, they just don't like me. So I was like, this is a place for people to come to listen to me. My thing is, I like to fuck up. I like being a jackass and stumbling through life and then going, oh, wait, I was wrong about that, and talking things out instead of being like, you thought that? You should be crucified. So In the Wrong, Trigonometry took the best. I think it was the quote. Their quote was a safe space for dangerous ideas. If they hadn't thought of that tagline first, that's what I would have gone with. But it's just In the Wrong with Scott MacLean.
Hey guys, thanks so much for listening. Head on over to our Facebook and Instagram to join in on the conversations about all things unethical. Just search Unethical Podcast. You can also find us on Patreon, where you can get access to all of our super awesome content, uncut videos of our discussions, and early release of all the episodes. We are adding fun stuff all the time, so you should definitely come and check it out. Thanks again, we appreciate all of you.
Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah. Baby, I got your money. Hey, dirty.